Look, it's me. It's me. It's me. Look. It's me.
He tried to...
Oh, baby girl. It's okay. It's okay.
No.
It's okay.
Come on, hurry up. You see this? Shh, don't scare it.
I won't.
What are you doing?
It's all right. Come here. Hey, hurry up. Come on.
Right there. Aw, where's it off to? Here, come on, let's go.
Slow down, kiddo.
Come on.
So, is this everything you were hoping for?
It's got its ups and downs, but you can't deny the view, though.
Alright guys, I'm letting you know right up front, spoiler warning. If you don't want to be exposed to any spoilers regarding The Last of Us Part 2, you're going to want to click off this video immediately. In fact, I will most likely make it very clear in the thumbnail or the title of this video that we will be talking about spoilers. Now I do need to let you know, I want to do my best to not just blatantly spoil things. I'm going to try to talk about it in a way that's a little bit more nuanced, because I do feel bad. You know, I feel bad for the developers who are very passionate about their work over at Naughty Dog, those who, you know, really put a lot into this. You know, even those who maybe don't 100% agree with, you know, every decision that's been made regarding this game. But I'm sure that, you know, there's a lot of people who put a lot of hard work into this. And while I know that there's a lot of people who look at this situation and they think that the person who leaked this out is kind of a hero, you know, I can understand both sides. But I do ultimately feel bad for people who have worked many years just to see something kind of brought out this way. However, like I said, I do see the other side of it. And, you know, I made a video the other day talking about this, and it kind of blew up a little bit. I wasn't expecting that. And I didn't really go into detail about my actual opinion. I gave my opinion on the leaks without actually, you know, letting people know what the leaks contained. And I want to take some more time to talk about this today, because this has not been sitting well with me. And a part of me was thinking maybe I'll just wait to talk about it anymore until like the game actually comes out or till we get closer to it. But I just feel like that's not what I want to do. I want to talk about this because anybody who's been following my channel for a while now, you know that this is the game for me. This is the game that I've been waiting for. I played The Last of Us 1 and it blew me away. It blew me away. And I am not the type of person that is entitled enough to believe that if a story isn't exactly what I want it to be, then it's garbage. Absolutely not. I am actually a pretty open-minded person, usually, especially when it comes to storytelling. However, I do feel as though there are just some, I don't want to say that there are some lines you don't cross. I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to say that there are just some things that are bad. They're just bad, and I feel like they need to be called out for what they are. And for those of you who, and I'm assuming that anybody who's still listening up until this point, I'm assuming you know what happens in the story. Like, you have the plot synopsis, maybe you've seen the cutscenes. I've been exposed to a lot. I've seen a lot, and no, I haven't played the game. No, I don't have every bit of context, and I've let you guys know that there's a few reasons why I'm still going to play it. The most important reason for me personally is because I have an audience here that I feel like I would be doing an injustice to if I didn't at least play it for myself and give my thoughts after I play it. Because I do understand that I'm lacking context, and I know that everybody who's upset about these leaks is also lacking context, and I do fully understand the importance of context. However, I need to tell you this. There are some things that are just so fundamentally flawed that it doesn't matter how much context you're given. It's just not good, right? Like, you can polish a turd all you want, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be a turd. Now, am I calling The Last of Us Part 2 a turd? Not necessarily. I'm just kind of letting people know that there is a really good reason why people are upset about The Last of Us Part 2. And I understand that there's a lot of political conversation here, a lot of SJW stuff, and to be completely honest with you, I don't think I'm going to be getting into that in this video, because I understand, I understand that a lot of what we're seeing, a lot of what we're hearing, yeah, it really does sound like, geez, like this is just forced nonsense. But for me personally, because I can only give my opinion, I'm not trying to speak for everybody else, and I'm not trying to defend the people who are upset with this game either, because I feel like everybody has their own reasons, just like I'm not trying to defend the people who are defending the game. I mean, there's a lot of people who are coming at me because I've kind of made it clear, not only with my last video, but on my Twitter account, that I am not happy at all with what I know. And people kind of get upset with me because they're like, dude, just wait and play the game until you get the full context. And, like, I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. Like, I'm not going to be able to not unknow this or pretend I don't know what I know about this game and just wait. Am I going to play it? Yes. I want the full context. Okay? And I want to give an opinion on this game to my audience with the full context. But, guys, listen. Again, I'm trying real hard not to just explicitly tell people what happens in the game, but you think about The Last of Us 1, and because of everything that I've learned about this game, my excitement for it, I've been thinking a lot about the first Last of Us game, and I've more specifically been thinking about why it was so special to me, why I cared about it so much, why it was so impactful, and there's really just, there's a lot of reasons. I mean, there's a lot of things that make The Last of Us a great game. And I'll tell you right now, the plot itself is not one of them. And this is an argument that a lot of people have been bringing my way, where they say, if you just read the plot synopsis of The Last of Us 1, it doesn't sound that great. If you read the plot synopsis of a game like God of War, it really doesn't sound that great now, does it? It's all about context. It's all about the details, the nuance. And I agree with that. 100% I agree with that. I understand the importance of context. However, there are just some things that, again, a context can't fix. And in my opinion, there's enough context to be gathered from these leaks because of how significant these leaks are. We're not talking about just one or two cutscenes here. We're not talking about one or two plot points. Everything is out there. I mean, no, you can't go on YouTube, or as far as I know, and watch a full-blown playthrough where you get every last detail, but there is enough that, in my opinion, yeah, that's plenty of context, and it doesn't hold up, in my opinion. Okay? I feel that what Naughty Dog is doing to the characters of Joel and Ellie is not only disrespectful to the fan base, to the people who love the first game, but it's completely, and I really need to emphasize this, completely 100% unnecessary, to the point where this is a situation where I would rather, like, if the leaks are true, which it seems like they are, I would literally rather have not seen this game made. In fact, it's going to be difficult for me to play through this game. And that's, to me, like, that is not even remotely close to what I was anticipating to feel. I didn't expect a game like The Last of Us Part 2 to make me feel good. We know that Neil Druckmann made it clear that fun is not a word they use to describe The Last of Us Part 2. And I understand that. But I was not expecting, before I even get my hands on the game, to feel kind of disgusted with what's happening and the way they're handling, in my opinion, some of the most beloved video game characters ever created. Ever. And to get back to what I was talking about when I talk about what makes The Last of Us so special, to me, it's Joel and Ellie. And it's not just them as individual characters, it's the dynamic between them. It's the relationship that they develop with each other, trying to survive, doing what they have to do. And if you're somebody who's been following these leaks, you'll know that this game, the sequel, is going, as far as I know, especially based off of one cutscene I've seen, they're going to attempt to demonize Joel to justify what happens to him and the way it happens to him. And all I can think to myself is, this is garbage. This is trash. It doesn't, like, I don't care what MacGuffin you want to try to throw into this, right? Because that's what it is. I don't care what reasoning you want to try to give me, what context you want to give me. This is garbage. This is not how you treat beloved characters. And no, I'm not saying that I was expecting Joel to be the hero of the day. I'm not expecting Joel to be the good guy at the end of the day. I'm not expecting Joel to even make it out of the game. The truth is, before any of these leaks happened, I already assumed that Joel wasn't going to make it. But to do it in such a disrespectful, vile way, and the way people are trying to defend this is, oh, well, you just wait till the context. You know what? Listen, and this is where I'm going to go in hard, so if you really don't want anything at all spoiled, you're going to want to click off now. But if you're going to sit here and try to tell me that the context I need to fully appreciate this game, right? To appreciate the demonizing of two of the most beloved video game characters ever, if you're going to tell me that the context I need is, oh, well, do you remember that scene in the first game when he walked in to save Ellie, the thing that mattered to him most? Because I know he's such a terrible guy for wanting to save Ellie, right? Because he cares about her. You can call it selfish, but listen, like, anybody, I'm sure anybody with a child would do the same exact thing in a heartbeat, and that's basically what Ellie is to Joel. It's his daughter at this point, you know? They're going to attempt to demonize him by, going back to that scene towards the end of the first game when you go to save Ellie and you kill the 3 or 4 surgeons in that room. And was it brutal? Yes, it was. Was it just cold-blooded like Joel is a killer? Yes, it was. But it was for Ellie. It was to save her, And what they're going to try to do here is basically insert a character that, and this is where like the SJW stuff comes in, that is apparently a woman. I'm hearing they're trans. I don't know. But when you look at this character, yeah, it's a woman, but it's a very, very masculine woman with very masculine features. And this is the character that's going to take Joel out. And you would think, oh, well, if that's going to happen, how are they going to take Joel out? Well, here's the thing. This character, whose name is Abby, that we're talking about, she is the daughter of one of the surgeons that Joel kills in the first game. A character you encounter for about 5 seconds in the plot of The Last of Us 1 is, comes back in the sequel. Their daughter comes back to avenge them. It's revenge. And that's why she takes Joel out. And the way they do it, based off of what I've seen, it's disgusting. It's I'm sorry. There's nothing you could tell me in this story to the build up to that to make me feel okay with that alone. But, you know, when I first heard about this, I was like, okay, I mean, this is already sounding a little bit silly, but I get it. Okay? Like, you take out Joel, and you take him out in a way that I really don't agree with and seems really disrespectful to me, but this is what's going to fuel Ellie's revenge. Like, this is why Ellie's going to want to get revenge. Turns out, no. That's not what happens. Do you know what happens, guys? Instead of using Joel's death as a way to really motivate the player to go cross lines when playing as Ellie, to do anything for revenge, no. Instead, you play the rest of the game as Abby. You play the rest of the game as the individual who killed Joel, and you spend the rest of the game hunting down Ellie, and Ellie is now the bad guy. Yeah, for those, I mean, I'm assuming everybody listening to this at this point already knows this, but for those who for some reason decided that they were going to allow themselves to be spoiled in this video, let that sink in. I've noticed something. I've noticed that a lot of people, I'm assuming, who are telling people like me and many others to stop talking about this, to stop expressing our opinions on it. Our opinion doesn't matter because we didn't play the game. It seems to me like most of these people have not had the game spoiled for them. And I can only assume that these are people who are very passionate about The Last of Us 1. People who have a great fondness for these characters, just like I do and millions of others who know what's going to happen. And I feel kind of sorry for them. In my last video, I said that I kind of wish I didn't have the game spoiled for me, and I think the reason why I said that was because I just didn't want to believe this was the way that Naughty Dog was handling this sequel and these characters. I'm almost at a point where I feel a little bit thankful, because I'll tell you right now, guys, if this is the final thing, if this is in the final product we get, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit how much context is there, how much nuanced writing is there. I don't care. This is disrespectful. This is unnecessary. And this is how you destroy something that was once great. That's exactly what this is, and I had to make this video because I can't not say this. I've seen people try so hard to defend this, and I hope you guys understand that this is where I draw the line. Like, yeah, I'm a PlayStation fan, I'm a PlayStation-centric channel, but this channel started because of my passion for gaming. And when I was exposed to The Last of Us 1, when I experienced it myself, okay, that made me realize, like, you know, Sony has talent, and they've had talent that have created something truly special. And to see something so special tarnished just so brutally in an unnecessary way, I'm telling you, like, if it wasn't for my audience and my, you know, my, I guess you could say me wanting to fulfill my duty here, right, of playing this game and giving my full opinion on it, because I feel like I owe my audience that, I probably wouldn't get this game. If everything we know, everything I've seen is really what the final product is, I wouldn't support it. And I'm not telling people, I'm not sitting here saying don't support it. You do what you want. Alright, you do what you want. I just, all I can do is express my opinion, and this has just not been sitting well with me, guys. I know it's just a game. I know these are just fictional characters, but you know what? You know, maybe I'm wrong about this, but the thing that made The Last of Us so great is how real it was. How grounded it was. How easily, on a human level, you could connect with it. And you know why? Again, it's because of Joel and Ellie and their journey and the connection between them. It's because of what they went through together. And yeah, they both do a lot of really terrible things, especially Joel. And nobody's sitting here saying it's 100% justifiable. A lot of us know that Joel is not really that good of a guy, right? Like he's done some bad things. He has his demons, right? But we understand on a human level what drives Joel and what motivates him to do what he does, and the same goes for Ellie. And I'm not saying that we can't feel that same thing for this new character Abby or new characters in the Last of Us world. I'm not saying that at all. What I will say is that if your motivation, half of it is going to be because of the characters we kind of fell in love with and we adore. If that's going to be your reasoning, I can't get behind that. I don't care how edgy that seems or how shocking that is. That's just terror. Look, I know the world of The Last of Us is supposed to be brutal and unforgiving, but people are not look, I don't want to play a game that makes me feel like I don't want to play it. And I can tell you right now that if I didn't know about these leaks, right, and I'm playing this game and I basically have a Metal Gear Solid 2 pulled on me, but in the worst possible way imaginable, and suddenly I'm finding out that I gotta finish this game as playing as this character, who in the most brutal, unceremonious way took out one of my all-time favorite characters, I would put the controller down and say, I don't think I can do this, because this is terrible. Yeah, I was expecting to be shocked. Yeah, I was not expecting this to go exactly the way I was imagining it would in my head. But holy shit, this is so far away from anything that I was even remotely hoping for, that it's literally almost unbelievable. Like, I'm still having a hard time fathoming that these leaks are pretty much real. And I've seen footage for myself, and I've seen a lot of it. And I still kind of can't believe it. So this video is 20 minutes long. Yeah, it's just a rant video. It's just me complaining. I understand that, but you know what? It comes from the passion I have for gaming, and I know that not everybody's going to agree with what I'm saying here. I'm not saying you need to agree with me. However, just as I'm not telling people not to buy the game, don't tell people to buy the game. Don't sit here and call people names or tell them that they are something they're probably not because they read these leaks and they are disgusted by them. Just as I'm not going to tell people who maybe have read these leaks and are okay with them that you're not allowed to be. You're allowed to feel however you want to feel, and that's fine. And I'm not trying to sit here and tell people how they should or shouldn't feel. All I'm doing is giving my opinion. I'm a passionate fan for The Last of Us. Like, I have a lot of passion for that game. It's a special game to me, and this is not a scenario where there's a grown man crying because he didn't get his way. No, it's not that. I'm complaining and I'm expressing my frustration and disappointment with the handling of something, in my opinion, that was pretty special and should have been handled with much more care and much more love and understanding and respect. That's all it comes down to. So that does it for the video, guys. Until next time, take care.